Alright guys, we've got some massive Forsaken news to cover today, from a brand new hotfix to the ongoing looping drama around Guest 666, exciting new Dye of Death skin concepts, and more. You definitely don't want to miss it, so let's get right into it. Firstly, we've got a brand new hotfix that the developers just dropped, and there's actually quite a bit to go over in this one. To start off, they've made some skin updates, and one of them is honestly one of the best ones they've done in a while. Toon 1X has officially gotten his own voice lines. Fans have been suggesting what his voice could sound like for ages, and now the devs have finally added a full set of lines for him, covering everything from interactions to kills, and honestly, they sound incredible. They fit Toon 1X's vibe perfectly and make the skin feel way more alive. Another small but good fix, they finally fixed Admin Noli's mouth animation not moving during intros and outros. It was a small detail, but it looked weird before, so it's great to see that cleaned up. They also added some new VFX and audio for Killer Kyle, mainly some nostalgic classic Roblox sound effects that play during his abilities and kills. It's a small touch, but it adds a lot of personality to the skin. Now on to map adjustments, this update made several changes clearly aimed at reducing looping abuse. On Make a Cake, it looks like they either removed or changed the truck loop in the middle. On Beach House Paradise, they added a killer-only door to the fountain loop, meaning survivors can't just endlessly loop around that area anymore. And on Work at a Pizza Place, there's now a hole in the middle of the building, again helping break up overly strong loop spots. They also patched up some Veronica graffiti spots that were either hard to reach or exploitable. In particular, some spots where Veronica could jump or glitch to high areas, making her nearly untouchable, are now fixed. And lastly, the devs teased something really interesting. They've been testing Roblox's new matchmaking feature. While they haven't fully revealed what it's for yet, it's likely related to pro servers or skill-based lobbies, so players might soon be matched with others who have similar playtime or win counts, which sounds like a solid step toward better balance and fairer matches. Overall, this hotfix might seem small, but it actually adds a ton of polish and sets up some really cool features for future updates. Nextly, we've got some really exciting new info about a few Dye of Death concept skins that are currently in development, and these might end up being some of the best looking skins Forsaken has ever had. For anyone who doesn't know Alex, one of the official skin creators on the Forsaken dev team, has been working on a whole lineup of Dye of Death inspired concepts. The one we've seen the most of so far is Mequot, and it's clear that Alex has been putting a ton of time and care into getting every detail right. To recap, Alex first finished up Mequot's full rig, and a bit later he showed off the idle animation, which immediately caught everyone's attention. The animation looked super clean and well made, and even just looking at the keyframes in the animation timeline, you could see how much effort went into it. More recently, Alex showcased the gashing wound animation, and it's brutal in the best way possible. In it, Mequot grabs the survivor, punches them multiple times, then screams directly in their face, a move clearly inspired by Pursuer's gashing wound, which makes perfect sense since the two characters are the same killer. The animation also uses that intentionally choppy, retro animation style, again mirroring Pursuer's animations, but it doesn't stop there. Alex made another post shortly after, saying, "Expect a showcase soon." In the image, you can see Mequot in his idle stance, and on the right side of the Moon Animator tab, there's a long list of completed and nearly finished animations, things like stuns, kills, abilities, and more. So, it definitely looks like he's getting close to wrapping up the full animation set, meaning we might actually see a full showcase reveal very soon, which is super exciting. Now, aside from Mequot, Alex has also been brainstorming ideas for other Dye of Death characters. He recently mentioned that Harken would make a great Sixer, Guest 666 skin, and honestly, I completely agree. Both characters have rage modes, ranged attacks, and tall, imposing models that would translate really well in game. We've even gotten to see a bit of concept art for this idea, and it looks absolutely incredible. And the best part? Alex confirmed that once the Mequot concept is finished, he plans to start working on Harken next. And after that, he's got plans for a Killdroid 1X concept as well. So yeah, it looks like the Dye of Death lineup is just getting started, and if Mequot is anything to go by, these upcoming concepts are going to be amazing. Nextly, we've got a bit of drama that's been heating up across the Forsaken community, and this one's all about Guest 666. Ever since his release in the Chapter 2 update, players have been experimenting, and now that it's been a little while, a lot of people have started finding consistent counters to him. The biggest and most talked about one right now is, of course, looping. There's been a ton of discussion, and even arguments, on Twitter and Discord, with clips circulating showing Guest 666 getting looped endlessly by survivors. What makes it worse is that in many of these clips, the Sixer players are actually playing well, landing abilities, tracking correctly, but still getting outplayed for minutes at a time. The main reason for this comes down to Sixer's model and movement. His body is large and bulky, which makes it really difficult for him to take tight corners or navigate narrow loops. Every time he tries to turn around a corner, he clips into walls or items, which drains his stamina and costs him distance. Even using shift lock doesn't fully solve the problem. Turning while shift locked slows him down, making it even harder to keep up. Combine that with his 27 walk speed, which is just 1 point faster than a survivor, and catching up becomes a serious challenge. Even when he's landing his hits, if a survivor creates enough distance, there's not much he can do without using Infernal Cry. And even that ability isn't always enough to close the gap. The only real saving grace is Blood Hunt, which boosts his speed significantly, but it's situational and can't always be relied on. A lot of players who originally thought Sixer was overpowered are now changing their minds. Once the community started learning his weaknesses, it became clear that he can feel pretty limited in certain maps or against skilled loopers. Personally, I think Sixer's still strong, especially when Blood Hunt is active, but he's definitely not the unstoppable monster many expected. He can dominate in open areas, but in tighter maps with lots of turns, he struggles hard. Either way, this whole situation has sparked a big debate over Forsaken's balance and killer design. Some players want buffs, others think he's fine as is, but one thing's for sure, Guest 666 isn't as simple as people first thought. Lastly, Forsaken has actually just had a collaboration with Fisch, which is something no one really saw coming. Recently, the CEO of Isaac officially confirmed the collab in a post, and not long after that, we got several new crossover skins added into Forsaken, called Fischer Shedletsky, Merchant Chance, and Ancient Megalodon John Doe. All three of these skins look awesome and fit surprisingly well into Forsaken, but here's where it gets even more interesting. Isaac also hinted that we should look out for anything they might do in the future. That line alone makes me think Fisch might be planning something on their side too. Maybe an in-game Forsaken event or challenge that ties back to this collab. If that's the case, we could see something like a limited time event or quest in Fisch that rewards players with a badge, which then unlocks a special skin or item inside Forsaken. That kind of two-way crossover isn't new, but it would be a really cool way to connect the two player bases and celebrate both games. Even if nothing major comes of it, it's still awesome to see Forsaken teaming up with another big Roblox game. The devs have been doing a great job lately expanding the game's reach, and collaborations like this show how much potential Forsaken has to grow beyond just its own world. So yeah, this Forsaken x Fisch crossover might just be the start of something bigger, and if Isaac's hint means what I think it does, we could be getting more collab events or skins very soon. Anyways, that's all the Forsaken news for today. Remember to stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.